Well, welcome everyone to another great class. Today we're going to be talking about how to give your listings greater exposure in the internet by posting them into 7 of the busiest social media sites. It assumes here that you've been doing your prospecting, that you've getting some listing presentations, you've won a listing presentation, you've either been working on expireds that want to relist their property, working on for sale by owners, just through your referral network. You got referred out to someone that is in need of listing their home. You might have even gone after some of the, I'm going to call bigger listing agents in your office or some other office, and you've asked them if you could advertise their listing. You're going after buyers. You don't necessarily want to be a lister. You want to go after buyers, and so you're going to advertise other agents' listings. And one of the things you told them is that you're going to advertise their listings in social media. So we're going to be talking today about how to get your listings, be it yours, be it another agent's listing, into Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Craigslist, Instagram, and a few others. I think it's essential that you guys know how to do this, do it well, because most sellers are expecting that these days. Most sellers are in social media. They see other homes in social media. They expect that you're going to be able to do the same. So let's take a look at how we might be able to do this effectively. So you won the listing presentation, and now it's time to market your new listing. Again, that could have been your new listing through referrals, your FSBO, your expired, could be another agent's listing. Where do the buyers hang out? The buyers are hanging out in all sorts of different social media. I hang out in Facebook. However, I still maintain accounts in Twitter, LinkedIn, in Instagram, etc., because I know that there are buyers that hang out in those social media sites. It doesn't mean that I'm going to spend my time posting there, but I am going to post my products and my services into those social media sites in the event that a buyer sees my posting and finds it of interest and wants to get a presentation, get a showing schedule up for themselves. So what's the number one search engine? Well, that's going to be your Google. What's your number two search engine? That's going to be your YouTube. And sellers want to see that their home is in these more popular social media sites, as we mentioned. They want it to be in the Facebook, the Twitter, the LinkedIn, the Craigslist, the YouTube, and so many more. And you're going to want to present to the seller a 7-page report showing where the seller can find their home in these social media sites. Expect to get a big wow. So for example, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, here's an example of the 7-page report that you might be giving to a potential seller. You would put their address on this report. You're going to show what it looks like in YouTube. You're going to show them what it looks like in Craigslist. You're going to show them what it looks like in Facebook, what it looks like in Twitter, what it looks like in LinkedIn, what it looks like in Instagram. So these are all very, very important social media sites. They're the main social media sites. And by the mere fact that we're trying to do is take it out of a verbal commitment on your part that I'm going to put you into social media sites. I got some realtors that tell me that, oh, Glenn, my company puts them into 32 different social media sites. Others say we put them into hundreds of different sites. And I said, show me one. And they look at me puzzled. What do you mean, show me one? I just tell them that. No, I want you to show me where I can find my home in Facebook, in Twitter, in LinkedIn. And lo and behold, they don't really have a grasp of that. Here, your end product of today's class is going to be a 7-page report that you can share with, send to your seller, and they're then going to be able to say, wow, I get it. I can actually go to Rob Ross's Facebook account. I can go to Rob's Twitter account because he has showed me where these are located, and now I can actually see them being marketed in these social media sites. So this is going to give you an opportunity to get more referrals from your seller. they can share this then with their family, their friends, and say, this is what my realtor's doing for me. This is how, you know, we're being marketed in social media sites. So again, it's great to be able to produce something that they can see, feel, and touch, and understand what it is that you're actually doing for them. So going back to my PowerPoint. So we're going to start out with YouTube. And before we get started to do any of these, the first thing you have to do is you have to open up your free agent marketing property website account. For those of you that have them, great. For those that don't, go to this link here, https://gmarino.valuedlender.com, and you'll be able to open up a free agent marketing account. It's located right here. Let me see if I can bring it up real quickly for you. Oh, it should be right here. There it is. And all you have to do is click on open up my free agent marketing account. When you click on it, just follow the prompts. There's a button on the side that says create an account, and then just put in the inputs that are necessary there. Then what we're going to do is you're going to upload your listing into agent marketing. Again, my recommendation would be go back to that gmarino.valuedlender. Right next to where it says open up my free account, there's something called the recorded realtor marketing classes. I would look at class number 2, which is how to win every expired listing. We walk through step by step by step how to upload one of your listings into your agent marketing account. However, I highly recommend that you hire a VA, a virtual assistant, through agent marketing, through their elite program, to actually create property websites for you. Once you've done all the heavy lifting, once you've marketed to expireds, to FSBOs, you're advertising other agents' listings, once you've been referred out and you now have someone signed up on a listing agreement, I would take the $10 an hour work and I would send it out to my VA and say, you know, create this property website. Here's the MLS number. Let them do all the property website creation. And again, for those of you that don't know a lot about it, I'll just briefly show it to you. Let's take a look at it here. I mean, the elite program for $35 a month is going to create property websites for any active listings you have. It's going to create property websites for any agents, other agents' listings that you get permission to advertise. It's going to create property websites for expireds or canceled listings that you're going after. It's going to create property websites for any FSBOs. And what's kind of cool about what we're talking about today is they will also, for that same dollar amount, they will also post your active listings into 3 social media sites: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or LinkedIn, whichever ones that you want, but they will post for you. So once again, if you want to spend more of your time on the heavy lifting, the prospecting, the $200 an hour time, you do that and let your VA then do some of what we're talking about today. Okay, great. So one of the things we're going to do to get our listing into YouTube, the very first social media site, is we're going to go to what's called our Properties tab in Agent Marketing. We're then going to go to Options, and we're going to turn on the Auto-Generate YouTube video switch. It's great branding for the realtor. So let's spend a few seconds here. If your goal, if your business plan as a realtor is to do, say, 2 listings a month, okay, 2 listings a month times 12 months is 24 listings. What is the greatest branding that you or I could ever get in the internet? Well, it would be video. And what if we had a video on every one of our listings in our YouTube channel? A channel is our account. So in our YouTube account, we would have 24 videos. And what if we were focusing on a particular neighborhood or city where we wanted to do listings? And now we had 24 videos in our account. Well, who owns YouTube? Well, it's Google. So when somebody goes into Google and says, I'm looking for a realtor, I'm coming from Florida, I'm coming to Illinois, I'm looking for a realtor in Illinois that services Naperville, Illinois. and I've got 24 videos of Naperville, Illinois properties in my YouTube channel. That becomes then an answer. Google's going to come back and say, go see Glen Marino's YouTube account for the answer to this. And when they go to my YouTube channel, they're going to see 24 different videos. And when you can set it up where you don't have to do anything other than do this setup that we're about to do. We're going to go to Properties tab. We're going to go to Options. We're going to turn on the Auto Generate. I want to show you what that means as far as how easy it is, because once it's set up, every time you or your virtual assistant puts a property into Agent Marketing, creates a property website, automatically, without you having to touch anything, it will create a virtual tour and put it into your YouTube channel without you doing a thing. So let's go in here. Let's look at the Properties tab, Options, and let's turn on the Auto Generate YouTube videos, okay? So we're going to come over here. We're going to go over here to our, it says go to your Properties tab. Okay, so here's Properties tab. It says then go to Options. So here's Options down here. So click Options. And then in the middle here where it says Marketing Automation, a lot of things you can turn on automatically. The big one is down here where it says YouTube Video Auto Generate. I've already got it turned on for myself, but for any of you that have new Agent Marketing accounts, make sure that you click this switch to the on position. Now, every time your listing, every time your property website gets activated, you're going to get a YouTube video automatically generated and put into your YouTube channel. Okay, so this starts the process of making it automatic where you don't have to touch it on an ongoing basis in order for there to be a YouTube video put into your channel. Now what we're going to do is let's find the property or the listing whose virtual tour you want posted on YouTube. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to Agent Marketing. I'm going to go to Properties. And let's say we're going to use 1160 Biscayne Court as our example today. Okay, and so this is the one that I'm going to do. Then what I want to do next is it says click the media camera button in the upper left corner. And by the way, everybody's going to get a copy of this PowerPoint at the end of class. I'll email this out to everybody that's in attendance here today. So we're going to click the media camera button in the upper left corner. Then we're going to click the video and YouTube panel. And then we're going to find the YouTube video generator. So let's just do these three steps. So let's go back here. Let's look for the camera button in the upper left corner. So there's the camera. It says there's 45 photos in this property website. So I'm going to click the camera button. It said then next, there's 4 different panels here. It said find the panel that says video and YouTube. Well, here it is, the 4th one. Click on it. Okay. Then it says find the YouTube video generator panel. That's on the far right-hand side. So let's go back here to our instructions. It says, then next, log into your YouTube account. This is going to be the golden rule on any time you socially post. You must open up YouTube before you post to YouTube. You must open up Facebook before we post to Facebook. You must open up Twitter. Every time we go to post socially, your social media account has to be open in background. So let's log into our YouTube account. Your YouTube channel must be open in background. So let's go over here. Let's take a look at YouTube. Okay, and when I bring up YouTube, mine has, it's typically, if you've uploaded your profile picture, you got your faces here. Otherwise, you might just have your first initial of your first name here. But when you click on it, it brings you to the first line, says your channel. You want to not only open up YouTube in background, but you want to open it up to your channel. So click your channel. Now that your channel is open, you're going to go back here again to your instructions. It says, then click the authorization button for the auto generation of your YouTube virtual tour. Wait for the watch video button to appear, and the video is done and is available. So let's follow through on that. We're looking for the authorization button. And so when I come back here to my agent marketing, I was at that YouTube video generator panel here. Down here where it says YouTube channel, I've already authorized agent marketing. I've already authorized agent marketing to take my listings and put it into my YouTube channel. Agent marketing is not, needs your authorization. They can't just take photos and take your property website and put it into your channel without your authorization. If you haven't got this reauthorization button, when you've gotten to this panel, it'll say you need to have a YouTube channel authorized. Okay, and you're going to have a button. You're going to click on it. It's basically going to be saying, do you authorize agent marketing to put your pictures, your virtual tour into your channel? And you're going to authorize them. When it's done authorizing, you're going to end up with this button that you see here, reauthorize. What does reauthorize mean? It means that in the event that my YouTube channel gets hacked, in the event that my Gmail gets hacked, and I have to open up a new Gmail and I have to open up a new YouTube account, I'm then going to click reauthorize, and it's going to say, what is your new YouTube channel? What is your new Gmail account? So again, I'm never really going to have to touch this button if I never get hacked. Now, I'm an optimist, so I'm going to assume I'm never going to have to touch this reauthorize button. So it's kind of like set it and forget it. Authorize agent marketing to take your photos, your virtual tour, and put them into your channel. Once you've authorized it, you're never going to have to do this. This isn't like you have to do this every single time. This is a set it and forget it. And now every time in agent marketing that you go live, when you activate your property website, automatically, agent marketing will automatically create a virtual tour and put it into your YouTube channel. Great. So you'll know that it's been created once they give you this watch video button here. So let's just take a look at the watch video button. Let's see what they created for us. So you can see that they've created this really cool YouTube virtual tour. It's about 1 minute and 32 seconds long. They take your top 20, the first 20 pictures. There is a section in agent marketing if you want to rearrange the pictures, that you need certain other pictures in the video, you can do that. And then obviously those 20 pictures become your virtual tour. My point here is that I want to be able to capture this now for my seller. I want to be able to show them that I've created this really cool virtual tour, that they're in YouTube. And so far I've gotten 30 views on this since June 22nd. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a Word document. I'm going to open up a brand new blank document. I'm going to call this the address of the property. We said we're dealing with 1160 Biscay Court. And I'm going to call it social postings for the seller. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to bold it. I'm going to make it much bigger. I'm also then going to center it. Okay, and now I'm going to once again I'm going to left justify my cursor. I'm going to say I'm going to bring my font down from 22 down to about 14. And I'm going to go 1.0, YouTube. Okay, so now let's go get that YouTube. Let's go get that YouTube video and let's put it on this report that we're going to be giving to the seller. So I'm going to come over here to YouTube. What I need is, it used to be called Jing, J-I-N-G. Jing is no longer being supported by TechSmith, and they replaced it with called TechSmith Capture. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to go get, it's alphabetical. Let's go to the T's. I'm going to go to TechSmith. I'm going to go to TechSmith Capture, open it up. I'm going to click the red capture button, which then gives me the crosshairs for capture. I like capturing the logo of the social media site. In this case, it's YouTube. So I start out in the upper left corner. I left click and I drag. I'm holding the left click down. So it's upper left to lower right. And with that, it says, do you want to capture this as an image, a video? What is it that you're trying to do? I just need an image. I need it to be a JPEG. So I'm going to click the camera, image. I want to copy it because then I'm going to paste it onto that Word document for my seller. So I'm going to copy it. I'll close the preview. And now let's go over here to our Word document that we started. And let's paste. And so now I've got this really cool color photo for my seller. And if I want to be even more impressive to my seller, I can come down here and say, because again, I'm going to be sending this to them. They can open this up on their computer and I can say, to bring your virtual tour to life, click. And let's go get the YouTube video URL. So let's go back over here. Up here in the browser is the link URL for this video. So let's copy it. Let's go back over here to our Word document and let's paste. Kind of cool. So now when my seller gets this, they not only know it's in YouTube, they can actually click this and they can see the complete video that I've created for them with music in YouTube. With that, let's bring our cursor down to page 2 of our Word document. And let's see what our next social media site's going to be for our PowerPoint. So now it says, use TechSmith Capture to capture and copy and paste it onto the Word document for your seller. We did that. Now let's post into Craigslist. Okay, so Craigslist, second social media site we're going to work on today. What's being posted to Craigslist? Well, it's going to be the complete property website. So what we want is we're going to go to our properties tab within agent marketing. There's something called the Craigslist poster, the CL poster. We're going to click on it. Just like we did, we had to log into YouTube. We have to log into Craigslist in advance. It's got to be running in background. We're then going to find the property website you want posted in that CL poster, and we're going to click the All button. So let's see if we can make sense of this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our Properties tab. So let's go back over here to Agent Marketing. And it said go to Properties and look for the CL posters. Everybody see the CL poster on the left side here? You're going to click it. With that, it says, then take a look at your listings. Which one do you want to do? We want to do 1160 Biscay. That's our sample today. And it said, click the All button. Well, again, let's take a look at what the other buttons are. If you just wanted to post the URL, the name of the website, you'd click that one. If you only wanted the text number, in this case, the text is 1160 Biscay to 79564, If that's all you wanted in the ad in Craigslist, then you would click this button. If you only wanted your phone number to be present, you would click this button. I have no idea why any of you would just want any one of these three. You want all of them. You want the name of the property website so people can see the full photo gallery, virtual tour, what's nearby in the neighborhood. You want your text number in there. You want the phone number. So I click all. Then what it says to do in our PowerPoint, it says, then click the proceed button and answer the questions. And then 2 screens will pop up. So let's take a look at those couple of proceed, answer questions, 2 screens pop up. So if we come back over here, it said click the proceed button. Well, there's your proceed button in the upper right corner. So click proceed. 2 screens pop up. I'm just going to pull this one over a little bit. Okay, and it says answer some questions. Well, first off, 2 screens. Let's take a look at what the screens are. One screen is agent marketing. Agent marketing's got all the data. Remember, we created the property website. It's got the descriptions and the remarks, and it's got the bedrooms and the bathrooms. It's got photos in there. It's got everything. And here's Craigslist. Remember, we opened up Craigslist. It's running in background for us. So the computer knows I'm going into Glen or into your Craigslist now to post this. So the first thing that Craigslist wants to know is it says choose the location that best fits this listing. Well, this happens to be out in the Aurora area, so that's West Chicagoland. So we're going to put a little, fill in that little radio dial right there. Then it says this is housing being offered. Yes, it's how, there's a lot of different types of postings, but this is housing that's being offered for sale. And last but not least, choose a category. Well, you guys are brokers, so you're going to go real estate by broker. And then lastly, you're going to abide by their guidelines, which means that you're not going to post things that are inappropriate, nor are you going to discriminate. So you will click, I will abide by these guidelines. So click it. With that, you now have the template from Craigslist, and you have all the answers to the blanks over here in the database called agent marketing. So let's kind of match these up a little bit. This says posting title. Well, here's posting title. Let me bring that up a little bit more. Posting title says open house Saturday. There's 2 ways you can bring the information over. If you left click on the agent marketing side, it highlights it. You can then hold the left click down and drag it over and drop it. Okay, cool. There's an open house this Saturday, August the 8th. It looks like it starts at 1 p.m. Then it says city or neighborhood. Well, here's the city of Aurora. Let's do the other way of doing it. You can highlight Aurora. You can right click and say copy. You can come over here then to Craigslist and you can hit paste, Aurora. Okay, postal code. Once again, I'm just going to drag and drop. Then description. Here is the posting body description. It's written in HTML code, which means that you and I may not totally understand it because I'm not a computer guy, but I know enough that my posting body starts out with caret be caret and it ends with equal housing opportunity. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy it. I'm going to come over here to description and I'm going to paste it. And so it ends with equal housing opportunity and it better start out with caret be caret, and it does. So I've got all the information that was in agent marketing. Next, then it says the square footage. Well, square feet are here. The price, let's see, the price is right here. $749.9. I can probably type it faster by just putting in $749.9. Square footage, get rid of that little 0 there. The square footage is 4,078, so 4078. It is not an apartment. It is a house. Laundry is, the washer and dryer is in the unit. Parking, there's an attached garage. Bedrooms, It says there's 4 bedrooms here, so let's go over here to 4. Baths, it says there's 4.5, so let's go to 4.5. If this was appropriate, this is not going to be a furnished house, etc. You know, when someone buys it. Here's some open house dates. Select the date. Okay, so we know that there's an open house this Saturday. And this would be if I had future ones beyond that date. So Saturday, August the 8th. Very cool. Licensed, unlicensed, you know, the Jake Kiltz, this is one of his listings. So licensing information, I'm just going to say licensed in Illinois. And then down here, contact information, it says, would you like, from an emailing point of view, for Craigslist to do what's called a mail relay. They're trying not to put your real email in there so that you don't get a bunch of spam from people that are trolling through Craigslist. I mean, if you really want to show your real email address, put your radio, fill in the radio dial here, but it's recommended that you use the Craigslist mail relay when people are trying to communicate with you. So from a, what are you going to show on your ad in Craigslist? Well, show my phone number. So your phone number could be and the contact name. Okay, so we've got your name as the realtor, we've got your phone number, show my phone number, phone calls, texts, they're all permissible. You want phone calls, you want text, you want to sell something, you want people to contact you, so click on all those. All right, then down here it says location information. So here is the location information on the left side. The street is 1160 Biscay. Drag it over or copy and paste it. Oop, first you gotta click show it. So let's bring this over. And there's 1160 Biscay. In agent marketing, it says the cross street, leave this blank. So I'm gonna leave the cross street blank. Aurora, bring that over as city. And then don't click this button here. Is it okay for others to contact you about their services or products? Unless you like reading a lot of junk email, click it. But if I were you, I'd leave it blank just the way it is. So far, so good. All we do is copy the data from one side of agent marketing into Craigslist and answer the questions. Great. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna hit continue. With continue, it brings up a map. Yep, that's the location of the property. What I'm looking to do is I'm looking now to upload pictures. So again, I'm going to click continue again, and it's going to say add images. If you have images already on your C drive, or if you have a thumb drive, that's great. You won't need to then hit this blue create image button. But our PowerPoint says next, click the blue create image button, such that we can take the photos that are in agent marketing, because remember, you created it, you went from the MLS to agent marketing, created this. We now want to take those photos and we want to put them into Craigslist. Okay, so today I'm going to hit create images, and it gives you 2 different featured images. One shows it more like coming out of a Kodak camera, offered at this price, 1160 Biscay. This looks like it's a little bit bigger, 4 bedrooms, 4.5. It's like pick an artwork. But what it says is right click the mouse on one of these images and save it to your computer. Okay, so for today, I'll use this one on the left. I'm gonna right click, it said, and then save the image as, and I'm saving it to my desktop. Okay, and what's nice about the agent marketing Craigslist poster is it already names my file for me. I'll take the blue tint off of it. It names the file new CL Craigslist image 1160 Biscay Court. Well, I kind of like that. That's the name of it. It's Craigslist Images 1160 Biscay. So with that, I'm going to hit save. So it's now on my desktop. Now, if you see down below here, I have images 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 12. It gives me 12 images that I can put up into Craigslist. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go to picture number 2. I'm going to right click. I'm going to say save the image as. Once again, I'm going to type in new, because it's already started for me. It'll bring up anything with the word new in it that's on my desktop. I've got the new CL image 1160 Biscay Court, except that this is image number 2, so I'm going to type in number 2 here. Okay, and hit save. I'm going to go to number 3, right click, save the image as. It's going to go to my desktop. I'm going to type in new. It's going to say, okay, there was number 2. This is going to be then number 3. And hit save. Go to number 4, right click, save the image as. It's going to go to my desktop. I'm going to type in the word new for new CL. There was number 3. This one's going to be number 4. And hit save. Go to number 5 here, right click, save the image as. I'm going to go to type in new. I'm going to bring up the 4th one and make this one that I'm saving number 5 and hit save. I'm going to go to number 6, right click, save the image as. I'm going to type in the word new. I'm going to bring up number 5 and I'm going to say the one I want to save here is the 6th image. Hit save. Go to number 7, right click, save the image as. I'm going to type in the word new. I'm going to go after number 6 here, bring it up. I'm going to change it from 6 to 7 and save. Go to 8, save the image as. I'm going to type in new. I'm going to bring up 7. I'm going to rename this number 8 and I'm going to hit save. I'm going to go to number 9, save the image as. I'm going to type in the word new. I'm going to go pick up number 8. I'm going to change it to number 9 that I'm saving and hit save. I'm going to go to 10. We're almost there. Save the image as. I'm going to type in new. I'm going to bring up number 9. I'm going to rename this the 10th image and I'm going to save it. Let's go to number 11. Let's save the image as. Let's type in new. Let's bring up number 10. Let's rename this number 11 and hit save. And then let's last but not least do the 12th one, save the image as. And we're going to type in new. And we're going to go after number 11 and rename it the 12th and final image today. Great. Hit save. Okay. With that, again, let's go back to our PowerPoint. It said click the create images, the blue link, and save the images of your listing to your desktop. We just did that. It says then go back to your CL poster and click add images and select the images that are on your desktop now, starting with the front of the house first, and click done with images when you're finished. Okay, so let's go take a look at that. So we're going to go back here and we're going to bring up our Craigslist. It says now add images. Okay, so let's add some images. And when we do, I'm actually in a folder called 1160 Biscay. So let's just go to desktop. Let's go find the ones that we just put on my desktop. It'd be under the N's for new. We were always typing it in as new. This is alphabetical. So let's go to, there's 2, 3, 4. So let's go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And there was our very first one right here. Okay, and let's click open. And here comes in all of our images. I don't think it loaded necessarily in the same order. So what we're going to do is we're going to go grab, here's our featured one. When you grab, notice the mouse looks like a mitt. So you can just left click, hold it down and drag it. So I'm just going to drag this until it gets up to the top. Yep. So there's my first one. Looks like I've got a couple of additional outside ones that I'm going to put down near the bottom. In fact, I don't need 2 of these. So I think what I'll do is I will delete one of them and I will drag this guy down to the bottom. Okay, so I'm not going to play around with the photo, but I think you get the idea of here's now a nice photo gallery of this home. You know, if we wanted to, we could actually upload more pictures because you can load up to a maximum of 24 pictures in Craigslist. So once we're done with uploading the images, the PowerPoint said click the Done with Images button, and that's down here in the lower right corner. So click Done with Images. And it gives us a draft of the ad that's going to be running in Craigslist. So it kind of looks kind of cool. Open house. By the way, if you do click the open house button in agent marketing, it will automatically give you the title will be your open house. It knows that that's an important event that's coming up very shortly. So yeah, it's going to make that a prominent headline. So let's see what we can do here about getting this into the hands of our customer. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go to my TechSmith capture. I'm going to get the capture button. I'm going upper left. I want them to see the Craigslist URL. Lower right. And I can even do this in 2 pieces because where it says price reduced, I can chop it off there. So let's grab this. Let's say I want to capture it as an image. So I'm clicking that. Then I want to copy it. And I'm going to go to my Word document. And under 2.0, this is going to be called Craigslist. And I'm going to make this bold. And let's paste. Okay, and there's the URL for someone, if you know, my client, if they want to actually go see it live. But let's get the rest of this that I have over here in Craigslist. So let's go back over here. And where it says price reduced, let's once again grab my TechSmith capture, get the capture hairs. I want from here down, upper left, lower right. Let's capture it as a JPEG. Let's copy it. Let's go back over here to our Word document. And let's paste. And again, it's a little long. I may have to shrink this a little bit to get it to fit. There it is. I'll shrink this a little bit to get it to fit. And now I've got my second piece that I want to show to my seller. They're in Craigslist, and I'm advertising their open house for this weekend. Great, great, great. All right, so then let's go down here and go to our third page, and let's grab our third social media site, which should be our Facebook. Okay, so let's go back to our instructions. And oh, before we actually move, we previewed it. We need to click the publish button. So let's go back, let's take a look at Craigslist before we leave it. Up here, it says publish. If there was any editing, if somebody didn't like something about it, we can always edit it. Let's get our first picture in there. Okay. Let's now go to publish. When I click publish, give it a second. It's going to come back and it's going to say, great. It says view your post here, which again, this could be given to your seller. So again, you could copy this, put it onto your Word document, and they would be able to click on that link. They'd be able to see the post that's in Craigslist at any time by clicking on that link. If you're not a big frequent user of Craigslist, this may come back to you and say, we have sent you an email. We want to make sure that you want this posted in Craigslist. After you do this a couple of times, then Craigslist gets the idea, oh, you're using Craigslist now for active postings, and then you'll get what I get, where it's just giving you an FYI. Thanks for the posting, and here's where it is live if you like it. So again, I could copy this and I could put it onto my Word document, provided I have the room here. It may not, I may have to shrink this even more, but I would paste it here underneath my actual post and say, click this link to see it live. All right, so let's go on to our Facebook. So now that we're going into Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, what is being posted to these three social media sites? Well, it's the complete property website with a thumbnail picture of the front of the house, a description of the property, and a link to your complete property website. It's not just an image. When somebody clicks on what they see in Facebook, it's going to take them to your full complete property website that you've created in Agent Marketing that has photo gallery, the virtual tour, what's nearby in the neighborhood, payment information, brochures, census tract information, a whole bunch of information that you've got in that property website. It will be available now through Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So it says, so how do we do this? We have to go to our properties tab. We find the property that we want posted, which in this case is 1160 Biscay Court. And we're going to click the tools button for that property. So let's do that. Let's go to Agent Marketing. Let's go to let's go back. It says go to our properties. It says find the property we want. We want 1160 Biscay. It says click the tools button. So here's tools underneath each one of the properties. Has a tools button. So this is 1160 Biscay, there's tools, click it. Then our PowerPoint is going to tell us, scroll down and click website links and sharing. Once we click website links and sharing, scroll down to social networking and do not click on the social media buttons yet. Just like we had to log into YouTube in advance, just like we had to log into Craigslist in advance, you then need to log into your Facebook account first, copy the description that's in Agent Marketing to our clipboard, and then we can click the Facebook link. Let's put all this together. Let's go find website links and sharing and social networking. So going back over here, we we were at 1160 Biscay. We clicked tools. It says scroll down to website links and sharing. Here's website links and sharing. Okay, so click it. Then it says scroll down and look for social networking. Well, there is social networking right here. Then it says don't click these social media buttons yet. It said copy the description. It says in case you need a description, copy this text. Okay, so if I left click on the very first word, the whole thing gets copied. Okay, so I'm going to right click and I'm going to copy it because I need it for my post. Now it says, and oh, by the way, and I did open up Facebook. Facebook's right here. It's opened up in advance. So I'm okay. It's opened up in advance. Now I can click the Facebook posting tool. So click Facebook. And it comes back with the picture of the front of the house, kind of pretty. And it says, say something about this. So I'm going to paste. But now, very important, let's look at what the PowerPoint tells us. We clicked the Facebook link. We did that. It said paste the description into the comment box in Facebook. We did. It says type a tagline in front of the description, such as just listed. Well, this one has it's a price reduction. So we've got that going so far. But it says the tagline needs to include the name of the realtor and their realty company, because in social media, all your posts can be shared. You don't want this being shared to your brother, to your sister who are not licensed realtors, saying, hey, this 4-bedroom home is for sale in Aurora, Illinois. You want to say this 4-bedroom home for sale in Aurora by Jake Kiltz of HomeSmart Realty, such that whenever it's shared, the name of the realtor, Jake Kiltz, the name of the realty company, HomeSmart Realty, goes with the post wherever it's being shared. And then nobody can come back to you and say, hey, you got a listing out there and it's being advertised by someone who's not a licensed realtor. That would be a bad thing. So we're going to add to the tagline the name of the realtor and their realty company. So let's go back here. Let's go to our Facebook post. And we're going to go price reduced by Jake Kiltz with HomeSmart Realty. Very cool. Now, whenever this is shared, Jake goes with it, and nobody can say that you weren't in compliance. You can shorten the description. This is a very long description. You can shorten it, but today, for sake of discussion, we can just leave it as is. And what we're going to do then is come down here at the bottom in the blue line where it says post to Facebook. The other thing that before I click post, I want you to realize that you can do this not only for it's going to be shared to my news feed or to your news feed. You can do this all over again. Do the same steps we just did, except you can also share it to your page. You as realtors all have business pages. I'd put it in both. Friends of yours might be buyers, so put it into your news feed. Those that are also on your business page following you, let them know that you got a property, that there's either an open house or that there's been a price reduction. And so great, great, great. So share on a page. Today I'm just going to leave it go to the news feed, and we're going to hit down here, blue, post to Facebook. Click it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Facebook, your Facebook, and typically it's the second one down. So here it is. It is now there for me to take a picture of, and I can then give that to my client on that 7-page report. So let's go over here once again to TechSmith Capture, bring it up, click the red capture button, upper left, lower right, and again, you could even put in the logo for Facebook. They're going to know it's in Glen Marino's account or in your account, which again forces them to go to your Facebook, which is really great because you might have other content in your Facebook about how to buy a home for 1% of the purchase price, or I've got $10,000 for down payment assistance. These are all good things for them to kind of scroll through your Facebook account. So upper left, lower right. Let's capture it as an image. Let's copy it, close the preview, and then let's go to the Word document that we're giving to the seller. And where it says Facebook, let's paste it. Kind of cool. Price reduced by Jay Kiltz with HomeSmart Realty. Who needs a swimming pool for the family? Et cetera, et cetera. So they can now see, they can go to the Glen Marino Facebook account and they can see this live in Facebook. In your case, it would be your Facebook. They can see it live. All right, the next one that we're going to do, which is going to be number 4, is Twitter. Okay, so let's go over here to our PowerPoint. And the PowerPoint is going to say the same thing. Let's finish off. It says, click the post to Facebook. We did. Go to your Facebook account and preview the posting. It went out on your timeline, which is your personal side, to all your friends. Or it can be posted to one of your Facebook pages. And all of you better have business pages if you're a realtor, so that you can have a business page, do Facebook ads, because only business pages can be sponsors of ads. And last but not least, it says repeat the process for LinkedIn and Twitter. Okay, so we're doing Twitter. It says, note for Twitter, you're limited to 280 characters in the post, so much of the description will be shortened. So let's see if we can't do this all over again. And that is, we're going to look at website links and sharing, social networking. We're going to copy the description, and then we're going to click the Twitter link. So let's go back over here. And by the way, well, and again, you have to open up Twitter in advance. So my Twitter is opened up here. Here's Twitter. It's opened up in advance. So let's go over here to agent marketing. I've gone to 1160 Biscay. I then went to tools. I went to, well, here, let me walk you through it for those that aren't familiar with agent marketing. I went to 1160 Biscay Court. It says go to tools. It says then scroll down to website links and sharing. I'm clicking on that. It says scroll down to social networking. It says make sure that you're logged into the website before clicking these links. I said Twitter's running in background for me right here. So I'm good there. Copy the description. I'm then going to click the Twitter posting link. And it comes back looking like this. Here's what I do. What I typically will do then is it doesn't bring up the picture. It gives me that little short, link. That's what Twitter's all about. But it needs to be sensation. I need a picture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and see where it says image, this little button on the left. I'm going to click it. And it's saying, okay, where is a front picture of Biscay Court? Well, we just did that when we did the picture, when we did Craigslist. So here's the front on my desktop. So now I've got it in Twitter. It says then add a description. So let's add a description. Let's paste in the description that we copied. And it cuts it off at 1,000 words. So upgraded KitchenAid refrigerator with water and ice dispenser. Put a period there. Boom. Now, you could spend your time, if you want, rewording the description because you're only limited to 1,000. For sake of today, I'm just letting it cut off at 1,000 and putting a period where there's a logical break in the sentences. So now I've got a description. I got a picture. I'm going to click save. Okay, so there's my description. I actually would, I'm gonna do some more editing. It's not just listed. This is gonna be, so we go up here where it says just listed, and we're gonna say price reduced. And then we're gonna go buy Jake Kilts with Home Smart Realty. Very good. All right, so now we've got, whenever this tweet is retweeted by anybody, Jake and HomeSmart are going with it. Perfect. You got a link here to your property website, to the full property website, so people can see photo gallery, virtual tour, what's nearby in the neighborhood, brochures, everything about this. And you've got a description. Now you're set to hit tweet. Same thing as post in Facebook, so tweet it. With that, we need to go get our capture, TechSmith captures, that we can bring this to our seller. So once again, I'm going to use that little logo of Twitter right there, the little bird. Upper left, lower right. I'm going to capture it as an image. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to close my preview. I'm going to go over here to my Word document. And I'm going to paste. And I got this really cool looking Twitter that now price reduced by Jake Kilts. And if people want to see more about it, they got the link. That's what Twitter's all about, is, get me to get, their links to go elsewhere. They've got a beautiful picture that captures my attention when people are scrolling in Twitter. So very, very good tweet. My customer will be extremely happy with me. Going down to the next one, 5.0. We're now going to do LinkedIn. Okay, so now with LinkedIn, it's the same thing that we did before with Facebook and Twitter. So let's repeat the process. Let's go back over here. Let's go to agent marketing. We'll start from the beginning. Let's go to the property itself. It says go to 1160 Biscay. It says go to tools. It says scroll down to website links and sharing. Click it. It says then go to social networking, but it says log into your appropriate social media site. Log into LinkedIn. So my LinkedIn is open. There it is. It's open up here. I've got it running in background. So with that, it says then copy the description. So I will copy the description. Now I can click LinkedIn, the posting tool. With that, it comes back and says, how do you want to do, what are you doing with this post? Are you sharing it in a post to the public in LinkedIn, or are you sending it as a private message to your brother, your sister, someone like that? Okay, so we're sharing it in a post. So we're going to click share in a post. And much like Facebook, there's the front of the house. It says, what do you want to talk about? Well, that's where we're going to paste in the description. And it should tell us we exceeded, yep, we've exceeded the maximum character limit. And so what we're going to do is let's take off a whole bunch of this. And we still have exceeded, so we're going to continue to take out some sentencing. And let's take out another couple sentences. Okay, so now we didn't get that red error that we've exceeded it. Again, you can spend the time reworking your description if you want to make it more descriptive, because you're losing some of what you might have said about other parts of the house. Once again, I would add in price reduced by Jake Tilts of HomeSmart Realty. You can do a couple of other cool things. You can add hashtags if you like. You really can add hashtags to any of your postings. So, I mean, if you were to add, let's just say that we'll add a hashtag here for just showing it. If we add a hashtag, should be able to add a hashtag by going homes for sale in Aurora. Okay. So again, you can add as many hashtags as you like. Just start them out with the hashtag sign. With that, down here in the lower right corner, just like there was a post to Facebook, this is a post to LinkedIn. So click post. And then let's view the post. Very nice. Let's make sure that there's our little hashtag. Let's make sure that we can capture this for our seller. I might have to shrink the screen by hitting Control minus. Don't want to get the whole thing in there. Okay, I can get it all now. So once again, let's go grab our TechSmith capture. Click the red button. Upper left, let's get that LinkedIn logo in there. Upper left, lower right. Let's capture it as an image. Let's copy it. Let's close the preview. Let's go to our Word document that we're sending to our seller, and let's paste. Looks very cool. Very cool. All right, so number 5 was LinkedIn. Let's move it down to the 6th page. 2 to go. Next is going to be Instagram. Becoming more and more popular. You're going to be a big hit when you can do this. Okay, my PowerPoint is step by step. I think it's like 14 pages of steps. Each step is a page as to what you're going to do in Instagram. So let's take a look at it, and then we'll execute it. So let's go back to my PowerPoint, and let's take a look at, now you're ready to do Instagram. Step 1, make sure you have Google Chrome installed. Okay, I have that. Step 2, in the upper right corner, put in these 3, click on the 3 buttons up at the top. Okay, you're going to click on New Incognito Window. Once you're at New Incognito Window, you're going to go back to the 3 little dots, and you're going to click More Tools, and then Developer Tools. So let's stop there. That'll be the first 5 steps. So let's go back over here. I'm in Google Chrome. So it said, first thing we want to do is click on these 3 buttons in the upper right corner. So I'm going to click them. It said, click on 3 down. It says New Incognito Window. Click it. Once you're in the incognito window, it says click the 3 little dots again. And you're going to go to More Tools. And then you're going to go to Developer Tools. Okay, cool. Let's stop there and let's take a look at what our instructions tell us to do. So let's go back to our PowerPoint. We're at Developer Tools. Then it says, in the upper left corner, it says click the mobile icon. Either mentally or write this down. I click it twice because I want to make sure that I get to the plus sign. The plus is the add photo button. And sometimes, unless you click this twice, you may not get the plus sign. So it says click the mobile icon button. It's the rectangular icon in the upper left corner of the developer window. The icon will turn blue and your browser will refresh into a mobile application. It becomes like your cell phone. Okay, so we're going to click on this twice. Then it says, open your Instagram website. So in the browser, we're going to put in instagram.com and we're going to log in. Okay, so let's do that. Let's go back over here to our incognito. We're now going to click, here's this button that we're talking about. See this up here? It looks like a cell phone. I'm going to click it once, I'm going to click it twice. I want to make sure that I'm in mobile application. So with that, I'm going to go up here to the search to the browser, and it said type in Instagram.com. Cool. See a little logo there for Instagram, so click on it. And it's taking me to Instagram. Great. It says then log in. By the way, when you're in Instagram, the mouse looks like a gray dot. So that's what this is. That's my mouse. So click log in, and it says put in my email. Okay, so put in my email. And then it says put in my password. And log in. I don't need to save the info for right now. So it's logging me in. Okay. And so now, and the key thing is down here under the photo that you see this plus button, that's what we want. That adds our photo. Instagram is taking a photo, a very nice photo, bringing attention to it and describing it and see if people want to take further action. So let's leave ourselves here. Let's go back to the PowerPoint instructions, because it says number 9, click the plus button. And again, if you didn't get that plus button, that's because you didn't click twice that little mobile icon in the upper left corner. So just repeat those steps, click it twice, and you'll see this plus button. So click the plus, it's at the bottom of the page. This will open up your window of your computer to go find a photo. So we're going to click the plus, then it says select the photo. My photos, a lot of them are sitting on, we just put a whole bunch of photos on my desktop when we did Craigslist. So I've got a beautiful picture of the front of the house. So I will select the photo from my desktop. And then what we're gonna do is we'll click open, meaning open, which means brings it into my Instagram. Instagram's gonna allow us to do filtering, like change it to black and white, make it more blue. I don't use any filters, so skip that. And then you're gonna click next, which then is going to allow you to put in a description. So let's hold off here for a second. Let's do what they said that we're supposed to do. Let's click the plus button and go find that image. So if I go back over here to my incognito, to my Instagram, I click the plus button. I'm adding a photo. And here is the front of 1160 Biscay. Very cool. And then it tells us to then click the next button. So I just want to make sure that everybody sees this. We got this beautiful picture. Let's click next. Then it says, write a caption. Well, caption is the description, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to my property website in agent marketing. And this is what the property website looks in its full glory. And here is the description. Again, I'm going to start with the 4-bedroom I'll copy it. It's a big description. Copy it. Let's go back over here to our incognito. And let's write a description. Okay. With that, let's then add a location. So find a location. Well, this is Aurora, Illinois. And as I type it in, it finds different locations. I'm going to say, yep, it is Aurora, Illinois. I could tag people. Don't need to tag people for this. I do want to do this 4-bedroom home for sale, price reduced. Remember, by Jake Kiltz with Home Smart Realty. Cool. With that, I should be able to share it. Let's just make sure with our PowerPoint. We selected a photo. We opened it. We didn't use any filter. We clicked next. We wrote a description. We are set to share it. Okay, so let's go back over here then to our Instagram. And we are ready to share. Cool. With that, let's now capture that for our wonderful seller. So I might have to drop the size of this down so I can see it better for my seller. Maybe that's too small. Let's go to 75%. Okay, let's grab our friend, the TechSmith Capture. Click on the red capture button. It's in Instagram. Block it appropriately. Capture it as an image. Copy it. Close the preview. And let's go over here to our Word document that we're giving to our seller. And paste. Beautiful. Okay. Let's go to number 7. And that is Pinterest. Okay, let's take a look at what our instructions tell us to do. We grab over here. It says open your Pinterest account. Obviously, every time you do social posting, your account has to be open. Click on your face icon in the upper right. So you get into your account. Click the plus button, just like we click the plus button in Instagram, we're going to click the plus button to add a pin. A pin is a post. Then click select in the upper right to select the board you want to post to or create a board. When I get there, I'll talk to you more about the board itself. So let's go to Pinterest, click on my face, and then click the add button. So let's go over here. Let's go find my Pinterest account. There it is. Pinterest is running in background. It said click on my face. Okay, so that means it's my account. Now we're in the Glen Marino Pinterest account. And then it says on the right-hand corner, see the plus sign here? When you click on plus, it's saying, do you want to create a new pin, which is a post, or a new board? Well, in this case, I think you're going to be very safe by always saying, just say, I want to do a post. I'm going to do a pin. So click pin. The first thing it says is select a board. So let's talk a little bit about Pinterest is a bunch of different cork boards. I grew up in a family of 5 brothers and sisters, and mom always had her hands full. One child had a soccer game, another had a baseball game, another person had a swimming event. I had to cut the lawn, somebody had to sweep the garage, somebody else had to wash floors. We had to, mom had to keep posting things up on our different boards. This is no different. Pinterest is a bunch of boards helping to organize images, products, services, cool things to do on different boards. And you want your board to be named something that people would logically put into a question. Like, for example, if I was in the market to buy a 4-bedroom home for sale in Aurora, I might put in the search box, I might search for homes for sale in Aurora, Illinois. If you just say homes for sale, I'm going to get homes from New York to California, and I'm not going to find the houses I want because I want to move to Aurora, Illinois. So the first thing I want to do is see if I already have a board called Homes for Sale in Aurora. So you're going to click the drop down, and I got a whole bunch of different boards. But one, home for sale, I use that just to show you that it's ineffective because it's going to give you all houses from New York to California. But there's Aurora, Barrington, Berwyn, Chicago, Elgin. There's a whole bunch of different boards. So when somebody puts in, I'm looking for a 4-bedroom home for sale in Aurora, I want my board to come up as the answer. If your property, was, let's say, in Aurora, Illinois, but it didn't have a board called Homes for Sale in Aurora, Illinois, then you would click the plus button, create the board, and say, what do you want to name it? And then it would fall into your list here. So today I have one, so we're going to click on Homes for Sale in Aurora. So cool. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put in a picture, just like we did for Twitter, just like we did for Instagram. So it says, we can click here to drop in a picture. It goes to my desktop. There's the front of the house. So hit open. Very cool. Add a title. To me, I want something that people are going to put in as a query. So they're going to put in 4-bedroom home for sale in, well, they already know the board is Aurora. So this home is in Stonebridge Country Club. And if you notice, they're giving you a little bit of a heads up here. Your first 40 characters are what actually shows up in feeds. It says that right there, right underneath that blue line. So it's saying I got 60 characters left, but no one's going to see them. So I have to make sure that my title is descriptive enough so people go, oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for. And then tell everyone about your pin. And it says I'm limited to 500 characters. Now, people will actually see the first 50 characters when they click on your pin. Well, that means I do have a big description on this. Most people are not going to see it. So I've rewritten it a little bit. And so I'm going to take this. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go back over here to my Pinterest post. Oh, that's not my Pinterest post. Still getting there. Now we're there. Okay, so let's go over here and tell everybody about it. Check out the virtual tour of this stunning 4-bedroom, 4.5 in Stonebridge, price reduced. Oh, I got Jake down below. To $749 with many upgrades. Bringing this to life, there's the HTTPS. Contact Jake Kiltz with HomeSmart Realty. Very good. Last but not least, it said add a destination link. What it means by that is, hey, if you've got a virtual tour link, put it in there. If you got a property website link, put it in. We got a property website link. So let's go over here. Let's go find it. There's the property website. There's the link to it. Copy it. Go back over here to our Pinterest and let's post or paste it in there. Very cool. With that, we've got what we need. We're putting it on the board called Homes for Sale in Aurora with a picture, with a description, with a title, with a description, with a destination to take people if they want more information or to see more. And with that, hit save. Okay, and let's see it now. Let's go grab our beautiful TechSmith capture. Click the button. Let's go to Pinterest. Let's capture it as an image. Let's copy it. Let's go to our Word document that we're sending out to our seller, and let's paste. Again, you can make it bigger if you like to enhance the beauty of it. Okay. The big question that remains, if you were to send to your seller this document and attach it to an email that had Pinterest on it, that had Instagram, that had LinkedIn, that had Twitter, that had Facebook, that had Craigslist, that had YouTube, you think that they might think you deserve a big wow and some referrals and feel like they really chose the right realtor, that you're doing the best you can to get their home promoted in the major social media sites? And if I were you, I would take this 7-page report, I'd make multiple copies, I'd put it in my briefcase, and every time I did a listing presentation, I'd be taking it out of my briefcase and telling people, and this is what I mean, this is how I show you how your home is gonna be marketed, and I'm gonna give you great exposure in the internet, in social media. A picture is worth 1,000 words. You can be one of those realtors that says, my company puts you into 32 different sites. But if you can't show them, it means nothing. If you can pull a 7-page report out in color and show them exactly how and where they can find their home, speaks volumes as to what kind of a marketer you are. So I'm going to be sending this PowerPoint presentation out to you guys because I think that it's step-by-step what you need to do, how to do it. Obviously, I'm available if you guys need any one-on-one consultation. If you get stuck on something, please give me a call. Remember this, that the Elite program with Agent Marketing for $35 a month will do your social posting. Not only will they create the property websites for you, but they will also do 3 of these. We did 7 today. They will do 3 of the majors like Facebook, like Twitter, like Instagram. It's, you know, at least it's a time saver for you. If you want to do more, you've got instructions here on how to do other social media sites. So let me conclude with, get started by getting your free property website at gmarino.valuedlender.com. This is me. If you need to schedule time with me, call me, text me, email me. That is not my cell number, so I'll tell you what my cell number is so that you can text me. That's going to be 630-788-7859. It's my cell. If you thought this was helpful, post a comment in my Facebook. If you thought it was helpful, give me a review on Google by going to the Marino Lending Team Review, www.tinyurl.com, Marino Lending Team Review. And last but not least, we are in the mortgage business. My team is Tony Marino, branch manager, and Tanya Reyes. Great people, great technicians. They will work They'll work your deals, they'll work the credit, they'll try and find a way to get your client pre-approved. So again, I'll send out Tony's contact information with this PowerPoint so that you can make contact with him anytime you have a client that needs to get pre-approved. Are there any questions today? Anybody want to unmute themselves? Any questions? If not, before we leave, I just want to look at, to see if there's anything in the chat box. Nothing in the chat box. So I will wish you all a wonderful day, a prosperous day, and I look forward to seeing you then next week with another wonderful class. Have a great day. Thanks for being here.